We've fallen on hard times.
We crapped the bed.
Yep.
And the budget sucks.
Yep.
And it is what it is, and we can't go to lunch.
But here's the thing I would do though, is I would tell that very same person, we're gonna get this figured out, and this isn't a forever.
Right.
That's what I would tell them. Like, this is, of all the things that I want to add back into my life, this is probably one of them. And so that's where I'm hesitantly optimistic.
Right.
That, look, it's been cut off so that we can truly audit what's going on. But, in time, these things come back whenever we figure out, okay, we're going to move this over here, make sure that the budget lines up again.
Right.
And that's what I'm hopeful for.
So here's the scary end of all this. That there's a Rogan episode that he does with Mike Benz.
Okay.
And it's just north of 3 hours long.
Oh, gosh.
I listened to the whole thing.
Okay.
Mike Benz is a research journalist that has been tracking the activity of USAID for years.
Really?
Yes. And he's been singing this song for a long time of like, listen, guys, this is the most nefarious branch of our government. These are things that have been going on for years and years and years, and you just don't even know because most of it happens outside of the U.S.
Right.
In the name of aid.
Right. Literally.
And again, not all of it, but he's like, I encourage anybody to go listen to it. But what this guy says is years and years and years and years ago, the CIA was given a mandate that it could no longer go out and do political upheaval and assassinations without having a president's signature.
Okay.
His assertion is that when the CIA gets pissed off or the NSA gets pissed off, they hand it off to USAID.
Oh.
Because USAID doesn't have those kinds of restrictions.
Interesting.
And they can do all kinds of stuff in the name of all kinds of things.
Yeah, because there's first of all, whenever there's no checks and balances on that, now you give $1.2 million over here. Guess what you can do with that?
Yeah.
Whatever. Theoretically.
It's things like why would American citizens be paying for the production of Romanian rap albums? I mean, like, it's stuff like that. And like, look, you can look at that and go, oh, like, why would we be paying for that? That's a good question.
Yep.
Right? But did we actually do it?
That's
and if
a better
we did
question.
it, why did we do it?
Right.
And most of the time, what you'll see is the things that they're pumping money into is to create political upheaval in other countries.
Right.
And a lot of people like use Venezuela as an example of that. Like, we were not happy with the Venezuelan government, and we've tried several times to overthrow it. But then you have so an interesting thing happened in 2011, 2012, where Obama made it legal to use propaganda against American citizens. That was never legal in the past.
Sure.
USAID was using propaganda against foreign entities that we wanted to have influence over.
Right.
Well, in 2011, 2012, Obama made it legal to do it to us. And USAID is the arm, at least according to Mike Benz, is the arm through which he enacted that or did those things.
Yeah.
And so a lot of what they're uncovering when there's these lists of like, we're paying for this, we're paying for this, we're paying for this, we're paying for this, they're trying to expose the nefarious end of what the government's doing to manipulate us.
Yeah.
And not just manipulate us, but like manipulate other countries.
Sure.
And so then you start looking at there's a really good example, and I forget the name of it, but USAID paid to create a Cuban Twitter.
Really?
Have you heard about this?
No.
And what their idea was, if we can get enough people because Twitter at the time it was Twitter, now it's X.
Right.
At the time, Twitter was banned from Cuba.
Right.
Right? And so what they said is like, well, let's see if we can infiltrate it with a separate app that's designed just for Cubans, and like the name of it is like a Spanish word for like bluebird or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, it's like looking at it now, it's
Little
like
on the
really
nose.
little on the nose, guys.
Yeah.
But like it worked.
Okay.
It worked. They got like 100,000 people on the platform, and it was just to like talk. I mean, like very benign stuff. It was like, let's talk about like recipes, and let's talk about like what's happening on this side of the island. Like very much a social media experience. And then they started injecting
There we go.
political talk
Yeah.
and anti-communism ideas
Yeah.
in